go. What were you saying? I knew that was coming. To be fair, why is that so loud? Right, that's better. What were we saying? Me get this link sent in. I ain't jumping on TikTok today, boys. I can't be asked for it. Honestly, I can't be asked for it. It's just so toxic on there. It just takes my attention away from here as well. What we saying? What we saying, everyone? Morning, Jason. Morning, Nick. Morning, VGOC. Morning, Michael. Morning, MS. Morning, Mood. What are you saying? Morning, Jason. Yeah, we're not going to be doing too much on the charts today. Today we're more going to be doing a trading boot camp. Today we're just going to be learning. That's what we're going to be doing today. That's why we've jumped on a little bit later today. We're going to be doing a boot camp. So anything you want to know about trading, just put in the comments, boys. Just put in the comments. And we'll get to it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you man want to go through. What concepts you want to go through. Also, thank you for 2k subs, boys. 2k subs been smashed out of the park. Next up, 2 billion, or how many has Mr. Beast got? Like 400 million or something, can he? Why is it lagging? What the hell? It shouldn't be lagging. It should not be lagging. Tell you one thing and one thing only. It should not be lagging. Why is it lagging? Like, genuinely, what am I lagging? I'm not. I shouldn't be lagging. It doesn't say I'm lagging at all. But this live is. Chat, am I lagging? Bruv, how? How the fuck am I lagging? How the fuck? How the actual fuck, bruv, am I lagging? I ain't even on TikTok, so I can just say it how it is. How the fuck? How the fuck am I lagging, bruv? Doesn't make... it says I'm not lagging. Normally it says I'm lagging, like my screen will be all blippy. Lagging heavily. Anyone got Starlink? I live in the hills and internet is whack. Bro, I don't think it's... I can't lie, boys. This is... Oh, wait, yeah, it is lagging. What the fuck? Why? What? Wait, what? That must have just be a lag spike in it. That's got to be a lag spike because it ain't. That's got to be a lag spike. It's got to be. Can't lie. I think, bruv, no, it is. It is a little bit. That library PC was brutal, bro. Trust me, bruv. Is this a fucking library PC, bruv? Have I been sold a library PC for about £1.5 grand? Blood is never escaping the lag, bruv. Let me go on YouTube on my phone because it actually shouldn't be. Like, I know, all jokes aside. Yeah, like it actually shouldn't be. It's not my Wi-Fi. It's not the PC. I think it is just genuinely Streamlabs. Because normally as well, boys, like where I'm looking at the Streamlabs screen now. Like, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Show you what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at that, yeah. I'm looking at that. And normally when I'm lagging, I can see myself lagging. Like it blips out, but right now it's not lagging, innit? Bruv, you man are lying. You lot are lying. I can normally see when I'm lagging. I get a notification on the thing and it's like... Bruv, it's lagging bad as well. Like, bad, like... Like, bruv, it's... What? No, it must actually be your streaming platform because I can't lie, your audio is clear as day. If it was bad, PC wouldn't hear you. Like when it's lagging, yeah, I can see like the screen that's going live. I can see like the screen that comes on YouTube, and it will lag. If I'm lagging on stream, my actual thing on here will lag, but it's not like at all in it. And I've just checked on the thing. It don't say there's any like issues. It's gotta be this fucking Streamlabs, bruv. No, it's not. It's not the internet. It's definitely not the internet. Definitely not. Definitely not the internet. Let me reset the camera, bro, innit? You deactivate and reactivate the camera. Sweet. It's better now. Yes, it's like this isn't. Oh, bro, we've lost like half the man in this fucking live now. That was bullshit. Don't even know what that was. Mmm. For fuck's sake, that's why. Hang on. It's this fucking monitor. Nah, I just realised what it is, innit? I've literally just realised what it is. Realised what it is. The monitor was about to. Alright, everyone tell the Discord to get in. Mate, this guy needs to get out of my community as well. I'm having a sweet round. 2 secs, boys. Will you send that out to our Discord? Where? 2 secs, boys. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you want me to do. Let me know what you want me to do. It's 2 secs. Alright, fuck it, let's just go. Yeah, let me just quickly address this on live anyway. Basically, boys, but there's a prop firm that we've been passing. Basically, let me explain. Prop firm that we've been passing, they had an employee that's basically gone AWOL and started fucking about with their servers. Essentially, which has just fucked a load of people over. So that's not the fault of the prop. Well, I mean, it is the fault of the prop firm, but it's not intentionally the fault of the prop firm, or anything like that. They've just been fucked over by an ex-employee that's just gone AWOL basically and just tried to fuck with them. So yeah, we're just trying to sort everyone out. I had a call with the owner of the firm yesterday and basically said like, mate, this ain't on. Like basically me, Mason, Stu just said like, there's no way here our clients are out of pocket. Like you've got to sort this. We want all our accounts to basically want us to sort everyone out basically. So yeah, that was basically what was going on with the funded account. So, and everyone should have got an email as well. And we made them like let people know in the email that this ain't our fault as well. We have got nothing to do with this. Like this is an employee from their side that has had access to something they shouldn't have had access to or whatever it is. I won't go into details, but they've yeah, it's an ex-employee of them who still had access to shit they shouldn't have access to, and has therefore spitefully fucked over everything. So yeah, nothing to do with the prop firm, to be fair. Like nothing intentional from the prop firm, and definitely nothing from us. But yeah, you would have got an email if you was affected by that. You all would have got an email anyway. You would have got an email letting you know the pattern. So yeah, bear in mind, you ain't going to be left out of pocket. You are not going to be left out of pocket. Me, Mason, Stu will not let that happen. Yeah, I made him put in the email as well, like, make sure people know, bro, this ain't anything to do with us. You man know us, bro. We wouldn't fucking do nothing like that. I come on live every day trying to help, like, us, man, grow, innit? It's fucking just as annoying for me, bro. Like, I'm trying to help people make payouts. I've been talking to some guys in DMs. I've seen people getting payouts, and then this happens. It's just jarring. But, yeah, man, don't worry. As I said, as Stu, me and Mace always say, we're always on your side here, innit? We won't let you get fucked over. If you're with our community, you're in fucking good hands, because we will not let our community get fucked over, innit? We will speak to the CEOs of the prop firms if we have to. We will open legal proceedings if we have to. We will not let our clients get fucked over, innit? So don't worry. Don't worry. Alright, cool. There's bare comments in it, so people, let me know what you want me to go through. Let me know what you want me to go for. Respect. Appreciate it, Elliot, bro. Morning, Maria. How you doing? How you doing? Alright. yeah, I just thought I'd address that in there because I know some people's probably wondering or might not have got a message or anything. But yeah, if that did affect you, just send me a message or send Mace a message or send Stu a message and we'll sort you out. Also, make sure you message me with your account number, your name, and your email so I can add you to a list of people that I'm sending to Optimal. Them list of people it will be made sure that they will not be affected by anything, and they'll either get their accounts back or get their money back. One of the two. So yeah, send me that over. Yeah, what we're doing today anyway, part 2. So yeah, what we're doing today is we're going to be doing some live teaching. We're going to be doing some live education. I'm not going to be focusing on the charts too much. I will go through the charts, but what we want to do today is we're going to learn. We're going to go through some stuff and basically just going to get better at trading. We're going to do a live boot camp. This is going to be whole hour and a half, 2 hours, however it is, of us just learning. Let me see what some people asked for in the chat anyway, because there's fucking bare comments. Yeah, morning everyone. I'll skip through the good mornings because yeah, just because there's bare comments. Morning, and then all the lag comments. Sick. All the lagging. Maybe video bit rate lagging. Yeah, it's sorted now though, boys. It ain't lag. I did think it was that. It was because it was the monitor. Yeah, cool. Chat. I'm not. You know what? Just let me know in the comments what we're basically going to be. What you want me to go through. What you want me to go through. There's a few main topics I want to go through, but I'm mainly going to be relying on you in the chat. So, chat. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. All right. This is your time to shine. Way late, bro, because we're doing a boot camp today, bro. We're doing a boot camp. We're not going to be live trading that much. Well, I mean, we are going to be live trading, but I sort of wanted to see how many people were tuning in just for a boot camp, and we're just going to be learning. As I said, I'm not on TikTok today either. I'm purely on here so I can just speak to people, speak to my chat properly, because the last 2 lives, they've been good lives, but TikTok just pissed me off a bit, and I feel like I ain't really spoke to you, man, that much. So today we can just speak about everything in the market, everything in the charts, everything to do with our strategy, to do with the markets this week, last week, this month. You lot can let me know where you're at. You lot can let me know where you are at in your trading journey, and I can specifically build it around you and try to help you. So I'm just going to see what people say. All right, so directional bias, cool. So directional bias, that was the first comment. So let's go through directional bias. And first of all, let's define each thing. Let's define. So make sure you got a notebook out, boys, or just screen record different bits or whatever. Cool. All right, the first one is daily bias. Directional bias, sorry. And then we'll go for everything else in the comments in order. So, all right, daily bias. Now, what does the daily bias actually mean? So I'm looking for 2 things out of the daily bias. I'm looking for 2 things. So it is up or down. Basically, are we going up or down? And how will we get there? Right? So it's essentially up or down. So we're going up. Is the market moving down? And how are we going to get there? Right? How are we going to go up? So we're moving up. How are we actually going to get there? They're the 2 things that we want to identify with daily bias, up or down, and how will we get there? Cool. So then, what are the concepts that I use mainly to help me find this out? Also, boys, let me know in the comments quickly. Just type in a pair that I've never looked at or that I don't look at, just so we can go over and do a daily bias from fresh. All right, cool. So how will we get that up or down? So now what do I look for? 2 things mainly. Again, internal and external liquidity, candle range theory, CRT. And to be fair, I'm actually going to move this into a 2-parted market structure. Right, so we're going to be dropping the source of the source in this video, in this live. I'm not going to lie, if you click off the live, you're cooked, boys. You're going to learn so much from this live, trust me. Everyone drop a like on the stream right now. But yeah, so the 2 main things we're interested in is CRT and internal and external liquidity. In order to understand internal and external liquidity, you need to understand market structure. All right, but these are the two things we're using, and these are the two things we're trying to find out. How will we get there, and are we going up or down? Cool, so let's get into a chart. Someone let me know. AUD USD, cool. All right, so AUD. Now, daily bias is probably the most important thing. Probably the most important thing in the whole of trading, to be fair. Because, I mean, the strategy is a strategy at the end of the day. Once you've got a strategy, it's more about your psychology. As you man know, like, I've been trading the same strategy for ages, so it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing day in, day out. And the thing you've actually got to decide on is your liquidity. Sorry, is your daily bias. So, first things first, in the daily bias is I'm pretty much just making a mental note of how we've been going for the last however long. So right now you can see we've been bullish, right? I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we've been bullish. So I'm going to make a note that basically we're bullish. So ideally we're looking for buyers, because what you want to do is you want to go on, you want to follow the most recent trend, right? You ideally don't want to sell in this scenario. You might have to if the market's really bearish, but overall we're bullish, so we're looking for buyers really. All right, so with that being said, that's on the daily. So cool, now let's get into the main actual analysis of it. So first of all, first things first is the range. Now again, the range is something that people get wrong a lot. This is not the weekly range. This here is not the weekly range. This is not the weekly range. This is the monthly range. It's the monthly range. All right, if we go on the monthly, this is the monthly range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in the leg down, and then some more retracing up. This is what we want, right? This is what we want. So you can start on the monthly if you want, all right? You can start on the monthly, and to be fair, I probably would. So I'd say most recently on the monthly, we took our, well, let me quickly go over it. For a start on the monthly, we've been bearish. So ideally on the monthly, we see sells, all right? So bearish, sells, that's on the monthly. So we most recently took an external low. Right, let me quickly one time explain what internal is. So internal liquidity and external liquidity, you man should all know what it is. But basically internal liquidity is within the leg, so it's going to be order blocks, it's going to be fair value gaps, stuff like that, right? Basically within this leg, anything that price is going to target within this leg. So mainly order blocks and fair value gaps. Second of all, external liquidity, these are your range highs and your range lows. So obviously in a downtrend, you want the range lows to be targeted. If we happen to be in an uptrend, you'd want the swing highs to be broken, right? That's basically internal and external liquidity, and it just goes from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other until we have a reversal. All right, when we have a reversal, it will go from the same thing twice. So it will go from external to external or internal to internal. But if we have just a trending market, it will be internal, external, internal, external, internal, external. We have a reversal when we'll have, for example, external, external, right? Double external means we've had a change of character, which means we're going to continue down. So that's the first thing that I'm going to be marking out. On the monthly, what are we doing? Where are we at? What should we really be looking for? So cool. Monthly trend is bearish. We've most recently taken an external low. So now we should be filling an internal POI and then again going to the external low because we're in a downtrend. So our overall target is here. Our overall target is here. And our internal liquidity, again, keep it simple. I would say it's this order block here. Right, if we had a fair value gap, I'd say the fair value gap, but we don't have a fair value gap. Damn, that chart is dense, trust me. But yeah, that's basically what I've got so far. So I've gone, first of all, we're in the premium of the range currently. We've most recently taken external. I'm currently filling internal, and then we want to target external. So again, it was what direction? Bearish. How are we going to get there? It is going to be from our order block to our external low, right? So go back to our two questions. Question one was up or down. This time on the monthly, we'd say down. And then how are we going to get there? We'd say internal order block to external low. That is number two, all right? So cool. And all we basically do now is to do this on all the other time frames, on the smaller time frames. I'm also gonna look out for CRT. So as I said, the next big one is CRT. You man should know what CRT is. If you don't know what it is, let me quickly explain it to you now. Hang on, actually. Right. Okay. Don't know why I don't have any already pre-made diagrams. I thought I did. Anyway, basically what CRT is I'll show you an example. Let me show you a good example. Right, so this one's a good example here, right? So this is an example of CRT. What is CRT? This is my other thing, so make sure you're listening. How to identify order blocks. All these things you're putting in the comments we'll do after this. We'll do after daily bias. But make sure you know you're listening about daily bias. So we're focusing on 2 candles with CRT. Candle number 1, candle number 2. We want candle number 1 to be bigger than candle number 2. And we also want candle number 2 to be the manipulation candle. So first thing we do is for candle number 1, we draw out the candle high. Make it nice and red. And the candle low. Right, so that's the candle range. Candle 1, that is the candle range. Right. So what we are looking for with this candle range is candle number 2 to break out of the range but then close back in. So this is basically seen as a manipulation. So say you've got a range, whatever. Let's say this is candle 1's range. What we want, what price tends to do, let me make it more slim. Price can basically do 2 things when it breaks the high. So say we've got the candle range there. Price can break out and then close back in, right? So if we break out the candle range and then close back in, what does this look like? This looks like your typical Asia liquidity reversal, right? It looks like a reversal. So when it closes back in, it tells us that this is a liquidity grab. This is a liquidity grab and not a valid break. When we close above, it tells us that it's a valid break. So for example, if we close like this, right? That will tell us the price, it's closed above the high again. So it looks like it's going to continue, right? So what we're looking for, as I said, is a break above the candle range and then a close back within. And once we close back within, we're looking for it to trade to the low of the candle range, right? So it's as simple as that. We wait for the price to come out of the candle range, close back within, and then we look for it to reverse. Simple as that, right? So here, you can see, actually shit, let me, I've got a limit order set, bruv. Let me delete that. Yeah, I had this limit, but it didn't tap in. I'm just gonna delete it now. We're outside of my time, so I'll get rid of it. Right, so cool. So that is basically what we want to see happen. So you can see, I'll break it down again. We've got candle 1, we've got the candle range. Candle 2 broke out of the range, you can see with this wick, and then closed back within the candle range, right? You can see that. And that's actually, if we actually draw it out, you can see why this is significant. So let's draw on our, let me break it down a little bit. Go on to the daily time frame, right? And we can see now each of these candles, what's actually going on. And you can see this looks now a lot more like I was talking about earlier, right? If you see the lines actually broken down, you can see where we close back within the range, it's a manipulation far more than it's a continuation. So this is candle 1, this is candle 2. You can see this is the candle range from the low. There's a wick there, by the way, from the low to the high. This next candle broke out of the high and closed instantly. Look at that rejection, closed back within. So this tells us now that this candle range in the next candle should be reversed. So in the next monthly candle, it should be, the next monthly candle, it should be reversed, right? We should get that move down. It's as simple as that. And we'll go back now onto the monthly, and that's all we're looking for, right? So that should make sense to everyone what candle range theory is, what CRT is, right? And as you can see, we'll let it play out on the daily because fuck me. Yeah, as you can see, we do end up moving down to the low. So that's basically what we want to see, right? Candle 1, candle 2, whatever it was, and candle 3. It's basically what we want to see, right? Move it a bit across, move it a bit across. That's basically what we want to see. That's CRT, and that is the main other thing other than internal, external. So once you use these two together, you're golden. So let's go back to AUD and continue with our daily bias. This becomes very easy, by the way, boys. Once you actually understand it, it becomes easy. You don't got to do this shit every day. It will just be like, you'll just see it straight away. So again, was on our monthly. Let's look at our monthly. Remember, we know where we're going. We're heading to the downside. Do we have any CRT starting to form? I would say that we do. You can see we've got 1 day left of this candle closes. So tomorrow and the day after, really. Took out the high of it. Looks like we're going to close back within that candle range. Right, so we're looking for the next candle to move like that. Simple as that, right? So that's just a nice confirmation from us that we are going to reverse at our internal liquidity and therefore move to our external liquidity. So that is what I'm doing, and that is what I'd mark out is our CRT. And then it's exactly what I've just done, just on a lower time frame now. It's as simple as that. I'll get rid of the CRT just so you can see price a little bit cleaner for now. But yeah, when I talked about the weekly range, as I said, this isn't the weekly range. This is the monthly range. The weekly range is from here. Oh, fuck. From here. Why does it look like a pair of balls? Why is my Control Z not working? From here to here. So this is our weekly range. So obviously, if we're looking at reversals here, the first thing that's going to be reversed is the weekly range, right? We're going to reverse the weekly range and then look for that move there. Yes, Lou, you good? I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Right, so then I'd go, cool. So you can't really gauge too much from this weekly. There's no fair value gaps or anything like that. So I'll just move down to the daily now. And interestingly as well, a lot of people would consider the daily to be here, right? So a lot of people is going to actually be fucked over by this. A lot of people is going to be fucked over by this. A lot of people would consider this to be the range, right? So they'll see this is a change of character when actually the range is from this low to this high. This is our range. This is our range here. This is our overall range. So remember, top down. We go top down. We start with the highest and we go lower. Start with a monthly and then we go weekly and then we go daily. All right, so this is the range, and again, I'm just doing internal, external liquidity. Remember, on the daily, we said we may be on a downtrend on the monthly. Oh fuck, we may be on a downtrend on the monthly, but remember, on the daily, we're still in an uptrend, so we're still going to consider our internal, external to work this way. So, obviously, what did we most recently do? We most recently took this swing high or our external. So currently, we're going to come down to our internal, as you can see there. And then after coming into that, to be fair, we should take our external, which we did. Right, so now you can see, to be fair, yeah, that is the range. So now, yeah, I can't see El Slapo's comments. I don't even know what he said. But yeah, so again, external taken, filled internal. External taken, so we should fill internal. Where is the internal on this in this leg? Because this is the daily range now, not the weekly. So where is the internal within this leg? Well, I would say we've got a fair value gap here, so it'd be there. So if this hadn't happened yet, what I'd be looking for is fill of this fair value gap, our internal, and then taking our external. Simple as that, right? But you can see at this point here, point we're at currently, this has been disrespected. This tells me that we are going to be heading for our external low. And what did I say? When we have a reversal, it's going to be external to external or internal to internal. Remember, in a trending market, external, internal, external, internal, external, internal, external. In a reversing market, we go internal, external, internal, external, external. So we go from external to external. Right, reason being is because we reject whatever POI is here and we instead are targeting this external low. Now this looks exactly what we're seeing here. All right, it looks exactly like what we're seeing. So adding that into what we discovered on our monthly time frame, which is that we're in a downtrend, we're coming off our internal to our external low. I would say that we're probably going to target double external now. So we're probably going to see a big reversal in AUD USD. So I will be looking for, on the daily, price to be targeting this low here. So now my daily bias is going to be number 1 and number 2. Number 1, we are going to be bearish. And then how are we going to get there? Well, we're going to move to our, we've taken our external high. So we should move now to our external low as we've disrespected internal. So that will be what I'd say for number 2. All right, and then all it is now is just going in and trading your London session the best way you can into that, essentially. So I won't go too much into it, but there you can see the main things that we're using: market structure, and therefore internal and external, and CRT, candle range theory. So it's actually now marked back on that CRT low just to give ourselves a nice little target. I'll mark it out in a different colour. Just fuck it, let's make it blue. Make it a weird shade of blue. And then yeah, and now we've actually got a decent little marked up chart. We know what we're looking for. We've got our monthly POI that we're coming off of, and our monthly target. So to be fair, obviously I wouldn't be targeting down there straight away, it's too far away. I'll be targeting this CRT low that we had on the monthly. So this is the first thing. This will be the start of the reversal. This CRT being completed will be the start of the reversal. So I'm looking mainly for price to take this daily external low, 1 day external low, and this 1 month CRT low. So these are my 2 targets, and my overall target is the 1 month external low. Right, but we're not too worried about that right now because it's like 300 pips away or something, 500, 600 pips. We're interested in these ones that were within reach. You know the drill, Shane. Wait. But that is basically the first topic done. That is basically daily bias for you. And as I said, all you do is just try and trade your strategy within that. So now we've got a target. We just basically, when we're trading the Asia liquidity grab, we're looking for sells and we're looking for these points here. So if you go on the 15-minute, look at the Asia session. In this scenario here, we wouldn't be looking at a buy. So this will be one that you'd avoid getting fucked over on a buy. Like a lot of people might have gone down onto the 5-minute. Seen we've had this nice inversion. Which is why I say daily bias is the most important thing, because you know what to focus on the daily when you've got a daily bias. As I said, we're only bearish, right? We're only looking at sells right now. We're looking at sells to this external low, this 1 day external low first and foremost, and then obviously our monthly CRT. But yeah, that's how it's going to basically avoid you losses essentially. And you know what to look for. So you're thinking, right, we're looking for sells. So we've seen this 5-minute get disrespected. So surely on the 15, there's going to be something else. And sure enough, on the 15, you can see there is a higher time frame fair value gap here. It's the same one. It's exactly the same as the 5. It's just higher time frame. Because we got daily bias, we sort of knew that there must have been something else. And then here you can see you wouldn't have taken your 5-minute Asia liquidity grab buy because you would have checked your 15-minute for reasons to sell, seen this fair value gap. If we disrespect this fair value gap as well, there's not much more you can do. You can take the trade because it's like you can only trust your bias over what's in front of you so much. But yeah, this one you can see it would have saved you. Then if you play it out, you can see we just fill it and starting to move down. So that's really what you'd be looking for. Cool, let me go right back up to the chat and see what people are talking about. It's annoying that couldn't have tapped in. That was quite a nice move. Right, cool. Is the only entry with the model way retracement back into the first FVG on the displacement leg? No, it's not the first. It's not the only way. It's not the only way. There's a lot of different ways you can trade it. Remember, this is just internal, external liquidity on a smaller time frame. nearly choked on that. It's just internal, external on a lower time frame. So we may take the Asia low and then have like 2 legs. So we may have, let's draw our Asia session. May have our Asia session here. Cool, there we go. And we may take the high. And then we have a change of character, tap, and run again. We may have that. You can still get in after that, right? All you need to do is just go on the 5 minute and track your order flow. Track your internal, external. So again, I'd just be tracking internal filled, probably a fair value gap or an order block there or something. External high taken. Internal order block filled. External high taken. Internal order block filled. External high taken. Now what do we see here? We see the reversal. We go from external. We obviously reject whatever internal there is. We reject it. And instead we aim for, again, the external. So remember, now it's flipped. External, internal is going to be this direction. So this will be the first entry that you probably missed. So you can see again, external to external, and then back to internal. And then back to external. So what's going to be next? After external again, it's going to be internal liquidity. So you can still get in, and you can get in here, for example. So you can, even though you missed your first entry, you can get in here with your stop loss on there, or even your stop loss on there, so long as the RR is good enough. TP on the low, you can see you can get a 4 to 1 there or a 2 to 1 there. That is pretty much what it's always going to be, really. And yeah, it's just about internal, external. So it doesn't have to be the first retracement. It doesn't have to be this first retracement leg. It doesn't have to be a fair value gap. It doesn't have to be an order block. It doesn't even have to be an inversion fair value gap. It's just about tracking internal and external once we've taken our key point. Once we've taken our key point. And then obviously you'd hope that we just see the same internal and external thing. And we do normally see that. You'll see that. That's why there's retracements when we're in trades as well. It's because of the internal, external. Question: if all of your confluences align, including chart, higher time frame trend, but let's say in this example DXY is bullish, yet you want to long off EU, off Asia low sweep, would you still go for it? If all your confluences align, but let's say DXY is bullish, yet you want a long, nah, you wouldn't go for it, bro. Remember, like, so say it's, let's for example say, again, let's say EU is clearly showing bullish, GU is clearly showing bullish, but DXY was sort of moving sideways, then yeah, I'd still take the long. I'd still take it. Let me do a tick here to say I would take it. If EU is bullish, GU is bearish, and DXY is bearish, then yeah, I'd still, we're talking about EU here, by the way, then yeah, I'd still take EU. Right, because it's in line with the DXY. Right, they're opposites, which means they're in line. If EU was bullish, GU was bullish, and the DXY was bullish as well, clearly bullish, then no, I wouldn't take it. Right, so these are my examples of when I take EU or when I wouldn't. So if it's indecisive, if EU is clearly bullish but DXY is indecisive, then yes, still take EU. If EU looks clearly bullish but DXY also looks clearly bullish, then don't take it. If EU looks really bullish, DXY looks really bearish, but GU's disagreeing, then still take EU. So yeah, I don't know if you want to screenshot this chart quickly or something. Get me in there. But yeah. I don't want to sound dumb, but can you show me what's the difference between change of character, market structure, shift and break structure? I truly feel like all feel the same thing. So two of them are the same thing. Market structure and change of character are the same thing. MSS. So yeah, MSS is the same thing as change of character. For this video, this example, I'm gonna call it change of character. Oh, sorry, market structure shift. Sorry, we're just gonna simplify it into MSS. But these two are actually the same thing. These two are just different words for the exact same thing. It's like football and soccer. It's the exact same thing, right? Versus breaker structure. So it's very, very simple. There's a few things you need to know in order to get this. This is the simplest part about trading, by the way. So first of all, you need to identify pretty much 5 things. There's 5 things you need to know. You need to know what a high is. You need to know what a low is. You need to know what a leg is. You need to know what a retracement is. And you need to know what a range is. Right? So before you can even think about these, you need to know these 5 definitions. All right? Very simple. First of all, what is a high? It's the higher the range. What is the low? It's the lower the range. What is the leg? It is the main move of the range. And what is retracement? It's the recovery. So look at this as sprint, recovery, sprint, recovery, sprint, recovery. Right? Leg, sprint, retracement, recovery. So this is your leg up and this is your retracement down. And then your range is just your low to your high. Right? So your range is just your low to your high. And also, well, that's it. That is literally it. So you need to understand those 5 things. Once you understand those 5 things, now I can tell you what a market structure shift is and what a breaker structure is. So let's start off with breaker structure because it is the one that comes first before market structure shift. So breaker structure is essentially when we break out of one range into another range. So similarly to our internal, external. So this is a breaker structure. This is a breaker structure. It just means we've come out of one range. Remember, a range is made up of a high and a low, a leg and a retracement. So a range, right, is all of this. So once we've broken out of the range, then we've got a new range, and that's a breaker structure. Right, so again, we can just see this go on and on and on if we want. Again, here we've got another. So you would have had a low and a high, so this would be your range. You can see we've broken out of the range, so now you've got another range, you've got a low and a high, and these are just breaker structures here, right? We're breaking out of the range, we're breaking out of the range, but, and this is the key difference between the two, this is breaker structure, the key difference between the two is we're breaking in line with the trend. So you can see, so let's quickly wait here. So let's use this one for an example. So let's look at this current range. You've got our range high, we've got our range low, right? We've got our high, we've got our low, we've got our leg, got our leg and our retracement, leg, retracement, and this obviously makes up a range, right? This is a range. So currently we're in an uptrend. You can see currently we're breaking highs, lows are staying protected, lows are staying protected. Right, so anyone can see we're in an uptrend, right? Breaking highs, breaking highs, breaking highs. So in order for a breaker structure to occur, a breaker structure is just a break out of the range in line with the current trend, right? So we've been breaking highs, and of course we break a high. So just basically normal how the market moves. A market structure shift, it's the same thing as a change of character. A market structure shift is just a break out of this range, but against the current trend. So we should move up like that. Right, but we move down, for example, against the current trend. So this is now a market structure shift. We call it a shift because the trend has been broken, and now we should really continue to just do this. So now, now we've got, interestingly, it reverses in terms of our leg. So before this was our leg, now this is our leg from this high to this low, right? And then we obviously should get the same thing occurring. And then all of these now are breaker structures because we're in line with the current trend. We're in line with the trend, if that makes sense. So now after we break that low, we've gone from bullish trend to bearish trend because we've broken the low. So this here would be again, we've broken this range, so we do the low, is the height. Right, this is our range. We've broke it to the downside, which is in line with the current trend. Right, and then we've got this range here. It was broken again. You can see it was in line with the current trend. And now we've got this range. It was broken again, in line with the current trend. So all of these are breaker structure, right? So this breaker structure, breaker structure, breaker structure, breaker structure. The only one that's a market structure shift is this here, because this is the one that actually went against the trend. This one broke the trend. It moved us from bullish trend to bearish trend. Right, again, if you need to take a picture of this, take a picture of it. Cool. Yeah, I'm just reading the updated chat, boys, so let me know what I'm saying, if I missed anything or what you man are saying. Bro, these man are just too much, bro. Perfectly explained. Appreciate that, bro. Read the comments quickly. How do you see your pairs right now? Yeah, that's a bit more of a modern, or like we're on that now. So we'll go over that in a sec, bro. Once we've got over all the questions, we'll go over that. Shit then. I'm down 2.5% on your phase 2. I'm down. Wait, hang on, I missed some. Go through how you find all of your buys for the next day. Yeah, we just did that, to be fair, MH. Daily bias, we've done that. You had a nice buy entry. Yeah. This is the one I was looking at today. I've just deleted the limit. TikTok are full of kids. That's why you get numpties. Like, yeah, trust me, Maria, bro. I just thought today we're just gonna jump on the tickers. I mean, on the YouTube. I am down 2.5% on phase 2. I just joined your signals. How should I approach it? If I was you, bro, just take. I mean, I'll be honest. It depends what account size it is, but I'd say be a little bit aggressive with it. Don't be too standoffish with your account. It's in drawdown now, so look, it's in drawdown. Don't be scared of blowing it. Do you know what I mean? If you're scared of blowing it, you'll never pass it. It's as simple as that. So if it blows, it blows. But I shouldn't do it. Should pass. So just stick to what you know, and don't be too scared. I'd say be quite aggressive with it. I'm pretty sure MSS and change characters the same. Yeah, it is. Yeah, just trying to see a visible representation from Lou, to be fair. I know it's such a newbie thing. Yeah, sweet. Bro, I blew my account. How comes Baller King? Look up T trades for that info. It's ITT universal, really. Change your character is internal. Wait. How do you identify order blocks? Alright, we'll do that next. Let's quickly look at this. So let me write some of these questions first. Order blocks. Market today. So that's basically how we're looking today. Can you show me the difference between chat? Oh yeah. Source limit on EU. Just got a CRT on EU. Yeah, lovely, bro. Lovely. That's pretty much what I was looking for as well. Cheers for the lesson. No worries, bro. I'll see if my question makes sense. Yeah, no, it all made sense. By the way, if I'm ignoring you in the chat, I'm just bare trying to get up to the updated chat in it. Because it looks like there's a huge British candle right now on a monthly chart, but it's done the CRT but not completed the move down. Mode candle 1 should usually have more body than wick and ideally contains news. Yeah, it's true, Cam. That's very true. Sweep close within the candle. All good. Yep. Lou, you good. What characteristics does the candle have in order to qualify as a candle 1? Yeah, I appreciate you all in the comments. If you want to hear it, yeah. As Cam said, so there's a few things with CRT. Let me explain this because before I forget, it's only a little one. So with CRT, first of all, you want your CRT candle to be, these are the main things. Number one, big candle. Two, mostly body, not wick. So I'd say about, you want at least 60% of it's a body, not just a massive candle with just a huge wick. Obviously, you want the candle to be big, so bigger than candles around it, really. It doesn't have to be, but ideally is. And then number three, 2 secs. To be fair, these are like the other ones now, right? So they're the two main ones, number 3 and 4. So the other things we want to see about CRT is key time. So we want a key time to be swept. So that means basically any time can be key apart from like past 5 p.m. for example. So like I either want to see, we know that the Asia session gets swept because we know that accumulates to be swept. So for example, the 2 a.m. on the 4 hour, 2 a.m. candle. Let's assume with this we're using the 4 hour time frame. So the 2 a.m. candle or the 6 a.m. candle, for example, will be important. The 12 o'clock candle, because then that's the London session candle, or even the 2 p.m. candle. Sorry. So I will just write these down. Fuck it. So 8 a.m. Even that's not 8. So we'll call it the 2 a.m. candle, 6 a.m. candle. These are going to be your Asia session ones. And then you've got your, I won't go through every single one, but then you've got your 10 a.m. one and your 2 p.m. one. These are going to be your London session ones. This is the London session being swept. And then, yeah, so on and so forth. What I'm saying though is I wouldn't go for example, would be like the 6 p.m. candle. Wouldn't say that's too important, or the 10 p.m. one either. Wouldn't say that's too important. So these 4 candles here, I'd look to be swept. These 2, it's not going to be that important, right? So key time. And then these are like the bonus ones, right? So these are like bonus ones. So contains news. So this is if it contains news. So for example, you're trading the 12 o'clock, what candle would it be? The 10 a.m. candle, which has encompassed the 1:30 news for CPI, for example, right? So that candle is going to be massive. It's going to have contained news, so we're going to want to look for it to be manipulated. So that's number 1, contains news. Second one is within a FEG. Let me draw this out. So again, so within an FEG, what do I mean by that? Let's say this is our range. Again, it's similarly to, like, this is basically fractal, essentially, what we're looking at. So let's say, for example, this is the 1 month time frame. This range here is from the 1 month, right? And we've got our clear bias. We've got our internal order block. We're looking for price to go from there up to here, right? So on the monthly, we're looking for price to reverse here and then move up to this high. So on the, say that's the monthly, what we'll look for then, for example, on the weekly or the daily would be that CRT. So hopefully we have a big candle, for example, that will push us down into this POI. So a big candle that pushes us down. Majority of it is going to be body, and there's going to be not that much wick. I know the drawing's shit, but just allow it. It's the worst candle ever, but yeah. So then we'd like to see the next candle, as we say, take out the low. So sorry, let's not make this an order block. Let's make this a fair value gap. Sorry, my bad. Fair value gap, right? This is the fair value gap. So the next candle is printed like this. Right, so this is what I mean by within a fair value gap. So we're wow. So we're within a higher time frame fair value gap, or even on the same time frame of fair value gap. Basically, when we get to this key point of internal liquidity, we see CRT form. This is ideal. This is very ideal. And then the next one, can't actually remember what I was going to say within an FEG. It's a similar thing, really. I'd say at higher time frame POI, because this one could be on its own time frame. This one could be the daily range, and then this is a daily CRT, or it could be the monthly range and this is a monthly CRT. This one, number 6, is the higher time frame POI. Go just rewind it back to when I was initially talking about CRT, and remember we had that big monthly order block. I can't remember the pair. It was AUD USD, weren't it? So again, higher time frame POI. So this is higher probability because, so we're at our monthly POI. And we've got a monthly CRT. Let's see if we, so here, for example, right? Again, if we get rid of everything, you can see we've got CRT here. So let's actually, I know we got it for the monthly, but, right. So you can see now, all I'm saying is, so we've got our order block there, our higher time frame order block. Get rid of everything else, just so it's easy for you, man, to see it. Right, we've got our CRT there. We've got our monthly time frame order block. We're now on the weekly, and we're seeing CRT just in line with our higher time frame POI. So they're the confirmations you want to look for. So again, chat, screenshot that if you need. Ooh. Yeah, screenshot that if you need. These are the things that we look for within a CRT candle. This is what we're going to be doing. We're still going to be going over all of these. Move quickly, go through the comments. I've taken all your answers. I appreciate all the answering. What characteristics of the candle have in order to clarify? Yeah, he's too baked right now to comment. Wait, who's that? Put some Cypress Hill. Lou, do you determine your internal once the move has already happened to see if the internal is an order block or a fair value gap? Nah, bro. Nah, you want to predict it. Remember, that's why, if you go back, why when I went through the example of internal, external, and the higher time frame bias on AUD USD, it's the reason why I didn't use the big candle. So I didn't use the big one. Remember, so we go on the weekly, for example, on the weekly time frame, sorry, or even the daily for that matter. I'm not using the daily range as this huge range here, right? I'm not using the weekly range as this big old range here from here to here, because then we've got too many candles. Then we don't know. It could be this fair value gap, could be this fair value gap, could be this order block, could be this order block. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be too many, which is why, if you remember, I considered this the monthly. So then when we look at it, our mind's pretty much made up. When you look at it, there should be either 1 or max 2 fair value gaps and 1 order block, max 2. Right, so here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 candles. So it's very easy for us to pick our internal liquidity. Carla's back with a bang. Like, Lou, have you taken anything this week? Nothing this week, bro. Market always going somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Just about bet on when it's going to hit. Exactly. I just realised one of my socks is inside out, bro. Mentorship is $50 a month. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The mentorship is dirt cheap. It's definitely worth it. Lou, you can filter your comments from top messages, all messages, as all messages show spam. So that's questions people 2 times because of delay. Oh, shit. Yeah, I need to filter that. Oh shit, no. Alright, no, let me not mess with it. I'll do it after the live then. Let me not mess with it so it messes up the stream. Signals is that price. Yeah, Signals is £100 a month, bro. Well, actually it's gone up, it's now £200 a month. Yeah, Signals did go up in price, by the way, boys. So if you got in before then, if you got in before prices went up, then yeah, your price is gonna remain the same. If you're a latecomer, you're a latecomer, and you can pay the new price. It's simple as that. But don't worry, boys. We do have the best verified and vouched signals in the game. But yeah, our mentorship's literally $49 a month, and we have a pre-London live stream every day from 6 a.m. all the way through to 8, where we're live, basically breaking down anything. You can ask any questions in the chat, turn your mic on, ask any questions. But yeah, it's dirt cheap. Do you guys get a chance to ask one-on-one? Yeah, can even just message them without being in the mentorship program. That's what I used to do before. You can ask, but there's a comment section on the Discord streams. Mace keeps crap of the comments, yeah. So when Mace does the pre-Londons, he answers fucking every question. So you're gonna know everything. You're gonna have everything you want to ask. You're gonna get a chance to ask it. This is tapped in now. Am I gonna get peak FOMO and wish I left it open? Let's see. I didn't send this into the signals either, so this is gonna give me maximum. This is gonna give me maximum FOMO. You man saw me delete my limit as well, so I'm not even in this one, bruv. Let's see. Hopefully we can stop out. As I said, deleted the limit and didn't send it into the members. So, yeah, let's hope we stop out. Surfer up in the chat. No, I don't think he's scrolled. Never mind, let's talk about the lag. RCT learnt from Lou, bro. Trust me, RCT's my son. Lou CT, literally, bro. It's damn way easier to understand Lou style. Trust me, bro. This is why we do what we do, though, bro. Like, ICT's like 50 years old. All due respect to him, innit? He's a legend in the game, but a lot of people learn off people similar to them. Everyone learns in a different way. Are you going in now? We're not going in for this one, bro. Yeah, we're not going in for this. Right, let's tap back in. So the FOMO's reducing. It's calm. Let's get it to 100 likes. Trust me, Maria. Let's push this live. We're at 2K subs now, so big up to everyone who subbed. Bro, to be honest, if you left for a bit of lag, you weren't here for the boot camp. You just wanted to trade hop. Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. Shouldn't be any more lag. Nah, bro. Nah, it weren't that. Anyone not listening to this is crazy. Lose knowledge is second to none. Appreciate that, Stu. Big up to Stu. Nah, Stu left a bunch at the start. Yeah. Trust me though, Mood. Trust me. Literally. Big up everyone who's in here still though. Second to yours, Carl. Yeah, this is Sauce. Trust me, bro. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, Sesame. Hope you come back stronger and ready to smash your markets. I'll slowly bring more certainty. Good things to come. Trust me, I'll slap him. It's all about discipline. No worries, Evolve. 2 secs. Alright, I'm nearly updated. Yeah, that's fair enough, Sesame. Hope you'll come back stronger and ready to smash it. Market slowly bring. Oh, yeah, shit. I literally just read that. No chance, Michael. Maybe EG, but overall market knowledge as a whole. But not, wait. I can't see what Michael actually said. Second to yours. Oh, yeah. Second to yours. Oh, yeah. Alright, Michael, that's shots fired there. That's low-key shots fired. No chance, Michael. Maybe EG, but not overall market knowledge as a whole. See, this is an important point as well that Stu's just made. Like, overall, obviously I know more than Stu, but like, it's not about who knows more. Stu trades specifically EG, and Stu probably trades it. Well, Stu does. I don't even trade it really, and he makes money off it on his big funded account. So Stu trades EG better than me. Do you know what I mean? But that is through like 3 years of learning the richest content, passing funded accounts, working your way up, smaller ones, working your way up. Like, he's worked to get to this position. But again, he's specific. It's what we always say, specific. Stu's really good at trading EG during the London session. We're using the daily true open. He's better than me at trading EG daily true open. So it's not necessarily about being better at anyone. Sorry, better than anyone at everything. You want to find your specific thing and get really good at that. And that's what Stu's done. He's found his edge in the market, and he's got really good at that. So why is he going to really bother about knowing more than me about everything else if he's just working on his strategy, working on his psychology? Remember, it's not about knowing everything. It's about being specific, and that's something that Stu's done perfectly. So. That's fair enough, Sesame. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, I've read that comment so many times. Missed most of this live, but save for later. Top work, Lou. Appreciate that, Jed. Big up, bro. 100% will watch later every minute, lads. Big up, Jez. Yeah, hopefully this gets a lot of views. I'm actually gonna, what I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna edit this live stream up. I'm gonna edit it up and post it on YouTube as well, so it's a bit more digestible. Any setup, Lou? Mainly just looking at this EU, but as I said, I've deleted my limit. It's outside of the kill zone, so yeah, I'm not gonna be getting in on this. It does look good though. We've got that confirmed CRT. Latecomer. Wow. Could have spelled it a little bit differently, but fair play. Would you say you could stick to your strategy disregarding the fundamentals and still be profitable? I see Mays miss a lot of trades you take due to that, but that doesn't affect the strategy. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't consider fundamentals too much. What I'll consider is the things with fundamentals, in my opinion, the way I look at them, and there's nothing wrong with learning fundamentals. To be fair, I think Mace uses fundamentals as his higher time frame bias a lot more. But for me with fundamentals, I'm aware that fundamentals cause the trends in the market. So it causes the trends. So I'm not really bothered, right? So let's say the DXY, for example. Essentially what we're watching, let's say for Euro USD, it's the Euro versus the US dollar, right? So it's like a fight, right? Or like a football game. It doesn't change every second, every day. It will go through a phase. You're going to get ups and downs in the phase, but it will go through phases, and then there'll be an event here, right? A big event, and then there'll be an event here, and then we'll move up, right? This is how I'll look at it, but I won't look at news event here, news event here, news event here, news event here, here, to dictate it every day. I use these big news events, or often unscheduled news events, for example, like trade deals, wars, if you're trading gold. Obviously, a big one for us was that trade deal of the euro versus the pound. So obviously the pound managed to get a really good trade deal with America. Why is that bear loud? Yeah, for example, that big trade deal that they just agreed. So basically, the UK got a better trade deal than Europe, and we also got lower tariffs than Europe, right? And this means for EG, for example, we've been bullish. You man all know this on the daily time frame. We've been bullish for however long. This is still really loud. We've been bullish for however long, and then this is the trade deal that starts the overall reversals. So I'm not looking at fundamentals here, all throughout the day. I'm not looking at that. I'm focusing on the key ones that are actually going to affect the higher time frame trend, right? Because there's no point of me looking at news events every day. Because I'm not going to be able to predict what the news is and where it goes. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that. But the big ones, the overall ones, they indicate a shift in trend, which you can identify and then trade going forward. So for example, we identified that shift in trend like 2 days ago. So yesterday was bearish, today's going to be bearish, and for the next decent period of time, we probably are going to be bearish due to that deal until another big event happens, which may reverse it or may make it go even worse, potentially. But that's how I consider news, the big events and the big deals, rather than sort of your everyday type newses, even if they are red folder. Mate, sorry, can you go over your SL settings again? 4 pips past something, I can't remember. No, so with my SL, I'll round it up. I always just round it up, so I'll show you. Wait, I'll remember these, I won't forget anyway. Alright, so... preying on the downfall of this trade. Low-key I am, but I'm not, to be fair, because I do want it to win. Thoughts on how high GU will go? We'll do the current market in a sec, bro. Let me just get to all these comments. I've just been in so many groups, and this is the most functional, make the most sense to me for sure. Appreciate that, Fluxus, bro. I'm glad you're liking it. But yeah, this is what I'll do with my stop loss. So say my stop loss on the low is, you can see if we put it on the low, 6.7 pips. You just want to round it up to the nearest full pip. Not the nearest full pip, the highest full pip. So even if it's tagged on the low and it's like 6.3, I wouldn't round it down to 6. I'd always round it up. So 6.2, round up to 7. This is just going to keep you safe with spreads, right? Because spreads, if you have your stop loss on the actual low, it means you're going to get taken out before the low. So when we get really close to it, like here, you probably get taken out, right? Whereas if we move it and we up it, then it means you can probably get to your exact stop loss and still stay in, and it will need to hit the actual low in order to take you out. Because remember, you're always going to lose like at least half a pip due to spreads. GU sells towards 1 hour order block. Yeah, we'll get into GU and EU in a sec, bro. Let me just see these chats. Come on, guys, show your support and smack that thumbs up. 67 watching, only 15 likes. Trust me, Maria. Big up Maria, bro. Big up Maria. But trust me, she's spitting facts right now. You man, let's get 50 likes on this. There's 75 man in here. And I'm assuming if you're watching, you're a bit of an, not an OG, but you're locked in. You're really locked in. So just drop a little like. I want to see at least 50 man locked in on a like button. If you tap like, it means you're locked in, innit? I'm going to go back through, see you liked it, and put a fat dub next to your name, bruv. Whenever I see you in the live going forward. Cheers, everyone. Got to jump off now. Sweet, MH. Have a good one, bro. If I missed any comment, I don't think I missed any, though, to be fair. It just took so long. Yeah, trust me. G cells. Cheers, everyone. Save clips. Stu is also the XRP king. Yeah, he loves XRP, innit? No shit, really. Change the personalised plate, mate. Can you go over the 1 minute entry long Monday EU? Yeah, I'll go over that, Arjun. I don't really trade the 1 minute, but I'll go over EU on Monday. It'll probably be a good case study to do. So we'll do EU Monday. Oh, say EU on Monday. We're gonna do GU, EU. Fuck's sake, can I not spell? EU on Monday. EU, GU today. And order blocks. Till I see any more comments. Right, cool. Bro, read it. Bro, read it 3 times. Trust me, Michael. I used to like you. You've changed. Still, I DM'd you about XRP. You haven't replied. Oh yeah. JK. Shorts will be good from this too. Please explain your setup. No worries, bro. I'll explain the setup in just a sec. Let me read all these comments. I'm in an EU short. Am I wrong? In my opinion, you are, but we'll see. Why has music just started playing? Trust me, bro. It's bare loud. So annoying that this trade looks like it's actually going to play out when the kill zone is an hour after being done. Trust me, bro. But remember, the market is going to play tricks on you. So you never know. You never know. It's always better to follow your rules. We follow it for a reason. You should put it within the stream and mix it nice. Yeah, trust. I will, Fluxus. I'll edit it nice. Yeah, you need to create a great thumbnail when you post this video if you want me to create one. If you let me know. Oh, yeah, sick. Maria, message me on Discord. I'm assuming you're in the Discord. My name on Discord's Louis. You'll see me on there. But yeah, send me a message. Send me a message. Send me a message. Cheers for touching on that, Lou. No worries, Tommy. Hear that mood. Best way to look at it is you called the move, called the entry. It just didn't happen within the ideal time frame. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for sure. Reality trading, isn't it? Just sitting and watching the position now. Trust me, that's it. But don't get too disheartened about it, boys. Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. If you missed a trade, you missed a trade. It happens to the best of us. Always better. Like, it's genuinely better as well. Not even like a cool thing to say, but it's genuinely better to lose trading your strategy than to win going against it. I equate it to going to the casino, right? What is going to be better for you in the long term? Is it going to be better if you go to the casino, you say, cool, I'm betting a tenner today. I'm betting a tenner. Obviously, you're going to go in more than that, but let's say I'm going to bet a tenner tonight. All I'm betting is a tenner. Once I spend my tenner, that's it, and I'm gone. Right? What's better? Putting that tenner on and it loses, Cool, you've lost a tenner. Or put in a tenner on, and you say, I'm having one bet and then I'm gone. What's going to be better? Putting that one bet on, it loses and you're gone. Or putting that one bet on and it wins and you think, okay, I'm going to stay. And then you put another tenner and another. And then you put a 20. Then you put a 50. And then you put a 1. And eventually you've gone way, way worse than if you just lost that tenner in the first place. The fact is that psychologically, when you go against your rules but win, it tricks your brain into thinking two things. One, that you're above your strategy, and two, that you're something you're not, which is like this market wizard, this market god. I'm not a market god, you ain't a market god. We just follow strategies, that's it. So if you take a trade against your rules and it wins, it's going to be literally poison for your psychology, absolute poison. Because you're going to think you're really good when you've just got lucky, and it's also going to make you think it's fine to go against your rules, which it isn't, because in the long term it'll fuck you. That's why we have rules. That's the realest shit. Trust me, bro. Perfect comparison. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Put your winnings on red, I reckon. Alright, let's actually see then, shall we? Alright, he said red. Let's see if it would have won. And it's fucking green. There we go. There we fucking go. Alright. I could have asked everyone in the chat to pick a number. I could have asked everyone in the chat, red or black, red or black. You all would have got it wrong. This is the reality. The market will always find a way to punish you, and the green is the version of the roulette that punishes you. See, look. And then you would have watched that next spin and you would have gone again. Someone with bad psychology would have gone, oh, bruv, if I would have just waited, I would have won. Fuck it, let me go again. And then that's how you end up losing all your dough. So remember, stick to your rules, boys. Stick to your strategy. Legit, that analogy was, for me, so many years until I found riches. Literally, bro. Tom, it's just a journey, though, man. It's a mental journey. It takes you a while to get to it, and then that's it. Yeah, in terms of today, what I'm seeing is Asia. Actually, I'll get into that a little bit more, but let's go on Monday, because someone said EU on Monday. So let's have a look at EU on Monday. This is Friday. Yeah, I don't really know what you want me to go for on EU on Monday. There's just no entries. Green is the offset, right? Yeah, bro. Green is just the one that... Green is basically what makes the house win. Green is their edge, if you didn't know. I mean, you obviously probably did, but... Green is the edge. That's what we mean, boys, by having an edge. And that's why the casino, again, it goes back to psychology. If they lose, they're not bothered because they've got an edge, right? People think if you go red or black, it's a 50-50. It's not, because there's the green. And the banker knows that. The casino know that. So they know if I trade this strategy, if I trade this roulette strategy, this roulette game, and I run it in my premises using my profit as the payouts, then I've got an edge. The green is my edge. So if I lose, I don't care. If I lose 10 in a row, I don't care. Because I know over 10,000 goes, I'm going to win. Right, and again, we don't care about one day. We don't care about a week, a month. We don't care about 6 months. We care about 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. That's really what's going to earn you money. Green is the casino, one upper hand. Yeah, that's it. Not gonna lie, the casino analogy helped me a lot, realising you don't need to win every trade for your strategy to play out. That's it, bro. That's it. And it also tells you not only do you not have to win every time, but also losses are a natural part of a winning strategy. They're naturally part of a winning strategy. Remember, the only way you don't lose is if you don't take part. It's mad. Just like losses is just such a natural thing, but it's just you gotta get good at it. You just gotta get good at losing, bro. It's mad. And losing doesn't really mean jack shit as well. You gotta think, Usain Bolt, right? How many races do you reckon he's lost? He's probably lost bare races in training. I'm sure that Johan Blake used to beat him in training. Does anyone give a fuck? No, because his name's on the quickest man of all time because he's got the record. So he doesn't care about the times he lost in training, the time he full started that one time. I can't remember where it was. Don't care about that. He cares about the long-term vision. People don't care about all these little blips. People care about what he became and the result of all of his hard work and his strategy. What do you think of gold sells, bro? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, that trade yesterday, that was unlucky. So we didn't take it, but it was unlucky. To be fair, gold has been getting... Fucking hell. ALG on gold as well, and the re-entry came through. Look at that re-entry as well. That was what we was talking about earlier, boys. Remember when you see the... I said that example of when we take it and say you miss the first leg. So look here, for example. Ooh. Let's say here, let's get rid of this. Let's say you missed this first entry, you missed the first one. You can always get in on the second one. So for example, you could have got in, you missed the first break and run, but you can get on the second break. That's your second break. Got your order block there. Entry here. Stop loss on the high. Can't remember who asked that question, but yeah, nicely enough. Yesterday's or Monday's a pretty good example of that. In terms of gold sells, I wouldn't be looking for sells right now, bro. I'll be looking at longs. If we're looking at my... Again, I've gone over this so many times on gold, but internal and external. We're coming off the weekly internal. So here's the weekly internal liquidity. So we should come to the weekly external high. So internal filled should move to the external high. Seeing the exact same thing if you look at where we came off of this. So just keep your eyes on that point. There. You can see we came off of it and we had the exact same thing on the daily. So now after coming off the weekly, daily's got a low and a high. You can see it filled the internal. So we should come up to the external high. So we want buyers up to the external high. So we've got an external high there on the daily. And an external high here on the weekly. ALG works on gold, yeah, bro. And then again, if we go down onto the 4 hour, so actually let's go back to the daily. The dailies came off that, had the reaction, and now again, this is the 4 hour. So again, coming off of the daily, this is, so we've come off the weekly, and then we saw the same thing on the daily, and then now again on the 4 hour. So we came into our daily, just as we came into our weekly, we came into our daily, and we went down onto the 4 hour. Change of character, internal liquidity. Took external. After external, we filled internal and took external again. So what we're looking for, that exact same thing. Internal, filled to external high. So where's our internal, where's our external? Boom, we've got to zoom out for that. And on the 8 hour, you can see we've got our range low, range high, internal, external. See, we've came into that and started moving up. So yeah, that's basically the move I want. I'd want us to see us buy up more. Any other questions, boys? There's absolutely there's absolutely no need for anyone to be concerned about events that occur outside of your rules. Yeah, that's true, bro. That is true. That is true. If it occurs outside of your rules, then what's even the point of taking it? Remember, we're running a business here. We're not pissing about on the computer. We're trying to run an online business pretty much. Look at trading like a business. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what to say about Monday because there was no entries there. Today we've sort of gone over. I can go over it again, and then order blocks. Mirror, are you still here? Do you still want us to go over order blocks? If not, I can send me a message on on Discord, Maria, and I can send you our mentorship video on order blocks. But yeah, anyone got any other questions, let me know in the chat. Anything else you want me to go over, let me know in the chat, boys. Someone said on Twitter, I've just seen, London is thriving and the right can't stand it. They talk down our capital constantly, but the city is measurably becoming a better place to live. 6 facts that shatter their doom and narrative. Number 1, London is getting safer. Okay, is this a joke? I'm going to read on. Knife crime is lower than in 2016. In 2016, that's all we're talking about, is it? The murder rate fell from 28% from 2019 to 2023. In fact, you're less likely to experience crime in London than you are nationally. I'm sorry, that's just not true. You are not less likely. No amount of stats can convince me that that's true. I said you're less likely to experience crime in London, bruv. Go in London, don't even go in London with a watch on, innit? Go out to London with a fucking Louis Vuitton bag in it. Go, just feel how safe you feel. Go to London with a Louis Vuitton bag on, not tucked away, on your person, above your jumper. Walk along London, see how safe you feel. I bet you don't feel safe at all. And then do the same in like Essex or Hertfordshire or anywhere else. I bet you feel safer. Yeah, I've just messaged you on Discord. Sweet. So, anyway, let's read the next one. London air is cleaner. Mate, no one cares. I'm just going to not even read that. It's easier to get around. Yeah, that's true. The Elizabeth line is pretty G. London has more opportunities. The city has higher skilled concentration of higher skilled jobs. And it's the best place to escape poverty. I mean, fucking hell. Do they really want us to say that that's a new thing? I mean, this country has pretty much always just been London. London. Like, the country of London with a surrounding. Is he smoking scud? He must be, bro. He must be smoking worse than that. London is a diverse success story. Over 300 languages spoken, 46 BAME population, and still no no-go zones. I'm not gonna lie, speaking over 300 languages is not a fucking good thing. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. Who wants to go to a place where there's 300 languages spoken? How's that a fucking good thing? That's a bad thing. Fair enough, like, there is an argument for diversity in that, but that's just a bullshit reason, do you not think, boys? Like, what? There's 300 spoken languages. That does not mean the country's got better, bro. It doesn't necessarily mean it's got worse, but it definitely doesn't mean it's fucking got better. Like, there's now fucking 300 languages you need to learn to communicate with everyone. Surely the whole point of a capital city is where everyone can congregate within that country and speak together and do commerce together and all the rest of it. Surely you want there to be one language. Yeah, we do, which is why we invented a language and spread it across the whole fucking world. But apparently now we're going back on that. Fair play. A booming economic powerhouse. A multicultural workforce travelling on modern public transport to their high-skilled jobs. It's no wonder productivity is 20% higher than the UK average. Again, it's just another bullshit stat. It's just another bullshit stat. London is 28% higher than the UK average. Well, obviously, it's fucking London. Have you seen it out there? Have you seen some of the buildings? There was no 1 minute long on EU, Arjun. Send a message into chart checks. I don't know what one you mean, bro. I did look at it. But what is that actually supposed to mean? They're trying to say London's got better because it's 30% more. It's just a bullshit thing. Again, it's just a bullshit thing. It's just the most bullshit thing. That's so stupid, bruv. He's not comparing apples with apples. He's saying, oh, London's improved because it's more productive than the rest of the world. That's like saying, oh, in the last 5 years, Messi's got better because he scores more goals than me. But you're not comparing him with himself. You're not comparing London with London. You're comparing London, which is by far the best place in the UK, to everywhere else. Obviously, it's going to make it look like London's doing well. You're comparing apples with pears. It's fucking stupid. Check the 1 minute around 7:10 AM. Bro, there's no long here, bro. There is no long. The long around 7:10. This is not a long position, bro. This is like from start to finish. This is 6 pips. It's impossible to trade this. This is not a trade, bro. I don't know. This is nothing. This is not even a quarter of a trade. Do it for Birmingham. London is terrible. It's awful. Some of my friends will not wear or take anything of value when they go out. How bad is that? Trust me, Maria, I'm the same, bro. I won't wear certain shit in London. Unless it's different, really. Like, when you're with your mates, it's different, bro. But, like, when you're with your mates, it's different, but bro, like, as a woman, bro, I wouldn't feel safe. It's hard to say because I'm not a fucking woman, innit? But you check the 15-minute on Monday, check the 1 minute around 7 10 a.m. I thought you talk. Wait, what are you talking about? You are talking about Monday, innit? Yeah, London. Look, I think London's a good city overall, but it's not got better. It's not got no better. It's got worse. Like, the crime's worse. The only good thing we got about it is it looks beautiful. It's probably, in my opinion, it's the best looking city in the world. I don't think there's a better looking city in the world than London. But the only reason that is because we built everything there fucking 200-300 years ago. It's not thriving right now. It's definitely not thriving. I would never say London's a bad city. London's probably the best city in Europe. And probably top 3 cities in the world, in my opinion. It's goated above a lot of different places, but it's not got better in the last 20 years. It just hasn't, has it? London that, London this, London that. What about the rest of the country? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Whoever wrote that needs to go outside of Central, bro. It's that's what I mean. It's like, oh, okay, Soho's quite. Even Soho's a shithole, mate. Soho's a dive. You can't go out in Soho no more on your own. I wouldn't go out in Soho on my own, bruv. Unless you're living in fucking Hampstead. Do you know what I mean? London is nice to go visit for a few days, then come back to the countryside. Yeah, man, countryside is banging. There is 0 entry. Yeah, I don't know what entry. Manchester skyline is crazy, to be fair. Yeah, Manchester's definitely the second. I love the shanty town. What do you mean shanty town? What do you mean? Bro, Tom Cruise is 63, bro. I've just seen a photo of him. How the fuck is he 63? How is this bro in his mid-60s? He's going to be 70, bruv. Within the decade, he's going to be 70. Well, not within the decade, but... 90,000 people had their phones stolen in London last year. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a fucking joke. It's just a joke. Bro, do you know what it is? Bro, they should just, like... You just nick people who wear ballies on bikes, bro. There's, like, I don't know why they don't just fucking ban ski masks. Like, just ban it. It's so stupid. I don't get why, like, they can't just do anything. Just ban ski masks. Just ban ski masks. Do you know what I mean? Why? There's no reason you should be. There's no reason to own a ski mask. Have you ever seen someone wear a ski mask that you'd let date your daughter? Do you know what I mean? Have you ever seen someone wear a ski mask that you'd let date your daughter? Have you ever seen someone wear a ski mask and you haven't looked at them and thought, you tramp? You absolute tramp. Why are we letting people buy these things and wear them? Why are you letting people cover their faces? And bruv, people talk about, oh, ban the burqa, ban the hijab and all this. Bruv, ban fucking ski masks. That's what they're wearing. Ain't wearing fucking burqas. Like, fair enough, if you're going to do an absolute mad thing like criminal underworld fucking kingpin crime and dress up in a burqa to do a mad assassination. It's probably happened like once or twice. Bruv, you get little pricks driving around with ski masks all the time. Driving around on their bikes with ski masks, like walking around with their ski mask rolled up to here. Like, you know they're up to no good. Just fucking ban them. Bikers and cyclists wear ski masks. Well, bruv, bikers can take them off. If I was Prime Minister, which I will be at one point, bruv, you ain't wearing a ski mask if you're in this... Unless you're skiing, you ain't wearing it. Boo-hoo, mate. If you're on a bike, if you're on a motorbike with a helmet on, you can wear it. If you're on a fucking pedal bike, you're getting that ski mask off, bruv. fucking ski mask, bro, in 20 odd degree heat, like. I'm making a gallery of winning and losing trades. What pictures and timeframes would you recommend I add for every trade, and what do you have any tips in general for what to include in this gallery? Yeah, you want to make sure you include the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the daily and the 4 hour. So 4 hour and daily is going to be your higher time frame, and your 5 minute and your 15 minute is going to be your actual positions. The reason why you want to use the 5 minute and 15 minute is because you're able to see what fair value gaps we react off of. So for example here, if we go on the 15 minute, more time it will be reacting off a 15 minute fair value gap or a 5 minute fair value gap 9 times out of 10. Bam, both. That's a hot take. Not enough police to police, bro. They're just melts, bro. You're not seeing a vid like whenever there's like a little public disturbance, you get about 20 feds turn up. They're just not on nothing. They're just absolute clowns. Like, no one respects them. No one even respects them because they're such clowns most of the time. Like, it must be so hard being a good police officer because most of your colleagues are just donuts. Cheers for the lively. I'm off. Catch you later. Catch you later, Tommy, bro. Have a good one. Trust me, like Peckham, bro. Well, nice. Yeah, bro. Peckham's actually 10-10, bro. I'm joking. To be fair, I had a 1-to-1 in London. I don't even know if you're in it, but I had a 1-to-1 in London, and he was obviously working in our office in Canary Wharf, and then he was going home to his cousin who lived in Peckham. It was like Peckham to Canary Wharf every day. It was proper like both sides of the modern man. Hasn't the dollar been hard to trade over the last 2 weeks? This week I'd say it has, because of that, because there's been significant progress in the American economy with the deals they've been making. To be fair, like Trump's actually doing all right with the economy right now. Up until that point, it was just doubtful. This week they've done a few good things, which is why it's been a bit harder to trade, because there's no clear direction. Before, it was just EU and GU, just buy. Now, we're waiting to see if we're going to have a higher time frame trend shift now. Any other questions you got, boys? Let me know. Alright, do you know what I do like though? You see they've banned all the 18 plus stuff. When you go on a Twitter post, you know, like these people on Twitter, like just a random post, like Juju, but then you know when every single comment is like an OF bird, look where it is now. Just hidden. I think that's good, bro. Like, you used to not be able to watch a normal post and you just get tits, a bird sucking someone off, like on a meme, do you know what I mean? Like, you could be on the train or at work, you see a normal, completely random meme, scroll down, it's just birds with their tits out, birds sucking each other off. Nah, do you know what I mean? It hides all that. I think that's actually good, innit? I think that's good from the government there. I'll be honest. W Keir Starmer for that. Extremely rare Keir Starmer dub. What? Tom Skinner tweeted, why do people buy a box of cereal then pour it into another plastic box? What's wrong with the box it came in? It's cornflakes, not wine, bosh. To be fair, I don't know why. My mum does that, I don't know why. Do you ever look at DAX and FTSE? Nah, bro, I never really look at them. I used to look at DAX way back when, but not really anymore. I lived in Peckham and Bermondsey for 15 years. What was it like? What was it like, Ron? I'm glad they done that. Kids should never have been allowed access to it. Yeah, trust. I mean, yeah, in the end, boys, glad we didn't take this. This is why we stick to the kill zone. If it hasn't tapped and ran during the kill zone, it's probably not going to be a London manipulation move. So she's probably going to stop out now. We'll leave it on there till it does. But yeah, glad I deleted the limit and didn't signal it. So yeah, W there. Remember, boys, missing an L is just as good as taking a dub sometimes. So I remember Mood was in here earlier, like, saying all that. You did well, mate, to avoid a loss. Should have left my UJ limit on. Yeah, that's the thing though, bro, but you did the right thing in the end. Quite, yeah, that is looking peachy entry, to be fair. That is looking peachy. $15327 is what I said. Was that a short or was that a long or a short, Luke? If you're born there, it's normal. Yeah, Shit out though, innit? Really, let's just be real. Bermondsey's alright, innit? Bermondsey's alright. Happy days, just stick to the kill zone, really, innit? Yeah, that's it. Literally, just stick to the kill zones. No need to go against it. Remember, your rules are there for a reason. But yeah, that was nice. I'm assuming you went off this fair value gap. So once the low was taken, the Asia low, we had 3 candles. 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. The middle one providing a fair value gap. So I'm assuming your limit was on that. Don't know if you went off 50% or whatever. Either way, stop loss on the low. 12.8, so again, we always up it to 13 pips. And then your TP on the high. Yeah, unlucky. I mean, I know you deleted your limit, but you did the right thing. You did the right thing overall. When did it tap in? 9.50. To be fair, I'm not going to lie. It actually tapped in before the kill zone, so you could have been valid on that, but it is what it is, bro. I wouldn't think about it too much. Yeah, it did actually tap in before the kill zone, but yeah, don't drive yourself mad about it. Appreciate the live today, Lou. Enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. Back to it tomorrow. Yeah, I will be back on at like 8 tomorrow, but just where the market was not the best today. Well, I weren't really looking for any trades, so I didn't just want to waste you man's time sitting here marking out bullshit trades. So I thought I'll jump on a little bit later. I won't go on TikTok, and we'll just have a right education session and just learn everything. But tomorrow, hopefully the market's a lot nicer, so we can actually look for trades. And I'll be on normal time tomorrow, about 8:15. 8:15, I'll be on tomorrow. But yeah, any more questions, boys? Any more questions in the chat? We've been on live for about 2 hours here. What's this? Welcome to Ultra. Oh mate, can someone who's in line with all these conspiracy theories tell me what's the big thing that the geezer killed himself on the 33rd floor in that mass shooting in America yesterday? Richest FPL League. Oh yeah, to be fair. Thanks, Lou. No worries, Maria. Yeah, I'll respond to all my DMs after. Why don't you trade yen/yen basket? Because it moves different. Where we're trading JPY pairs, look where the distribution's coming. Remember, we want Asia accumulate, London manipulate, New York distribute. Look at how we move. Asia had the biggest move. And then London, then New York. Well, to be fair, they're about the same. But Asia had the biggest move. Again today, Asia's looking like it's going to have the biggest move. Even here, Asia and London had the biggest move. And then New York. Again here, Asia and London the biggest move, New York the smallest. So it just doesn't move how we want everything else to move. The beauty of trading dollar pairs is you're going to get that really nice time-based AMD, where the Asia session accumulates, London session manipulates, New York session distributes. So you know what we're looking at. 33 is a mystical number. Yeah, we will start a Richest FPL League. They've changed it though, innit? You get points for like tackles and stuff now. That's low-key true though. What women have we got in this live? Like, why is Sydney Sweeney getting bare hate, bruv? Seems like say like women pretend to be supportive, like they'll bring you up. But if you're more attractive than them, then they'll want to bring you down. Like, they'll see some fat absolute munter and call her like, oh, you're a goddess, babe. Oh, you're amazing. You're so beautiful. But if they lost a load of weight and was then fitter than them, they would start hating. Do you know what I mean? Like, women's also supportive, but then when it comes to Sydney Sweeney, somebody who's actually fitter than most girls, people just hate on him. He was Blackstone executive, the shooter. Oh, that's mad. But why did he kill himself in the 33rd floor, though? People was acting like it's a big deal. That's mad, though. What did Blackstone really do? They own Oatly. Do you man not just think shit like that just stinks to them? It just sounds like a cover up, innit? But let's not get into conspiracy theories. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Let's not get into conspiracy theories. Let's chill out. Yeah, R.I.P. to everyone who fucking died and that. That's actually peak, bro. Imagine going to work and just getting fucking done in your own gaff. It's actually peak. Anyway, boys, yeah, I appreciate you watching. I'm going to jump off now. As I said, the marks were a bit dead, so I didn't want to waste your man's time. Rather just do some full education, answer some questions. So hopefully tomorrow we can come back even stronger. But I appreciate you tuning in, boys. I'm going to reply to all my DMs today. Yeah, I'll reply to all my DMs after the live. Big up everyone who was watching. The shooter was in the wrong lift. He was looking for the headquarters of the NFL. Wait, really? Is it? What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. He had one job. Had one fucking job. It's the easiest thing to do. Just find a group of people and shoot the shit out of them. What an idiot, man. What an idiot. Anyway, boys, yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you learned something in this live that's going to make us come back stronger tomorrow. If you want to get in the membership, as I said, a lot of people didn't know, it's only $40, right? Or £40, sorry. It's only £40, so literally just get in there. There's a live stream every day from 6 AM to 8 AM. So, yeah, in the morning, you get this little session that I'm doing on live now. You'll get that in the morning in the mentorship once you join. So if anyone wants to join, literally just, I'll show you how you can join without needing to message me in it. But if you go on Discord, you can message me if you want to join, or message Stu, or message Mace. Probably best you message Stu, not gonna lie, because Stu is, message me or Stu basically, because I've just said it, and Stu fucking answers a lot of queries, so. Oh, this isn't the trading floor. Yeah, so just go to full access here. Mentorship. Click this. And then, yeah, £40 a month or £750 for lifetime. Up to you, boys. But yeah, hopefully I'll see a lot of you in there. Anyway, I appreciate you tuning in, boys, and I'll catch you in the next live. Sweet, everyone. Keep it real. Mace will be live at 1 PM for the New York session, and let's fucking get it.